माया कल्पित देश काल कलना वैचित्र चित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकम् असत्कल्पार्थकं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान् यः साक्षात् करणात् भवेन्न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवाम्भो निधौ तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये नानाछिद्रघटोदरस्थितमहादीपप्रभाभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरणद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भान्तमनुभाते तत्समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये देहं प्राणमपीन्द्रियाण्यपि चलान् बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजडोपमास्त्वामिति भ्रान्ता वृषं वादिनः माया शक्ति विलास कल्पित महाव्यामोह संहारिणे तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये राहुग्रस्त दिवाकरेन्दु सदृशो माया समाच्छादनात् सन्मात्रकरणोपसंहरणतो यो भूत्सुषुप्तः पुमान् प्रागस्वाप्समिति प्रबोध समये यः प्रत्यभिज्ञायते तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये बाल्यादिष्वपि जागृदादिषु तथा सर्वास्वस्थास्वपि व्यावृत्तास्वनुवर्तमानमहमित्यन्तः सदा स्वात्मानं प्रकटीकरोति भजतां यो मुद्रया भद्रया तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये विश्वं पश्यति कार्यकारणतया स्वस्वामि सम्बन्धतः शिष्याचार्यतया तथैव पितृपुत्राध्यात्मना भेदतः स्वप्ने जाग्रदिवाय एष पुरुषो माया परिभ्रामितः तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये भूरम्भांस्य नलो नीलोऽम्बरम् अहरनाथो हिमांशुः पुमान् इत्याभाति चराचरात्मकमिदं यस्यैव मूर्त्यष्टकम् नान्यत्किञ्चन विद्यते विमृशताम् यस्मात् परस्माद् विभोः तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये सर्वात्मत्वमिति स्फुटीकृतमिदं यस्मादमुष्मिंस्तवे तेनास्य श्रवणात् तदर्थमन्नात् ध्यानात् च संकीर्तनात् सर्वात्मत्वमहाविभूतिसहितं स्यादीश्वरत्वं स्वतः सिद्ध्ये तत्पुनरष्टधा परिणतं च ऐश्वर्यमव्याहतम् ओम इति दक्षिणामूर्ति स्तोत्रम्. Now we'll chant Gita Dhyanam followed by Bhagavad Gita chapter 7. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim नमोस्तु ते व्यास विशाल बुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायत पत्र नेत्र येन त्वया भारत तैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीपः प्रपन्न पारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोर मकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनीं सोतीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तक केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं Nanakyanaka kesaram marikata sambodhana bodhitam loke sajjana shatpatairaharaha pepiyamanam muda bhuyad bharata pankajam kalimala pradvamshina shreyase mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam yam brahma varunendra rudra marutah स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदै गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. We go into Bhagavad Gita. Om Shri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Jnana Vijnana Yogo Nama Saptamodhyayaha. We completed verse number 15 last time. We shall read 14, 15 and then go into the next one, 16. 14, verse number 14. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaye Prapadhyante Mayametam Tarantite. Once more. Daivi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaye Prapadhyante Mayametam Tarantite. Verse number 15. Namam Dushkritino Mudhaha Prapadhyante Naradhamaha Mayaya Pahrata Jnana Asuram Bhavamashritaha Namam Dushkritinam Mudhaha Prapadhyante Naradhamaha Mayaya Pahrata Jnana Asuram Bhavamashritaha. Let's quickly recap these two verses. The Srishti is made up of intelligent cause and material cause. Intelligent cause is called Nimitta Karanam and material cause is called Upadana Karanam. For instance, this is a product. This has a creator. Invisible, but it has a creator. In the same way, this total Srishti that you see is a product. It has a creator. The creator is just as this creator invisible. Not only is the creator invisible, understanding, I mean, you can understand how this product is made. Here, the teacher says, understanding how the gunas come together and how they manifest themselves as the Srishti. Your body is also a Srishti. Is Duratyaya. Duratyaya means it is not easy to understand. Okay? It is not easy to understand. It happens because of Yoga Maya. Simple example. You are taking a walk in the evening. I must have given this example thousands of times. Not me, teachers. You might take a walk in the evening during dusk and you see something in this shape, in village sides. And you say, oh my God, it's a snake. There's a fellow traveler who says, no, it's not a snake. It is somebody whose flower has dropped off from their hair. How did the flower become a snake? Mama Maya. It had a shape. It had a potential. The potential projected itself as a snake and created fear in you. In the same way, this manifestation of Ishvara as a Jagat has a potential to appear real. This is not real. It has a potential to appear real. You are seeing a movie. On the screen, you see a projection. And in that projection, I remember seeing a movie long back in 75. There are two tall buildings, they catch fire. And the fire keeps coming down, down, down. And maybe go up, up, or something like that happens. And you are really terrified for the people trapped. See, the fear is real. Because the projection, careful, appears real. In the same way, this Srishti, which is not apart from Ishvara, the apara prakriti, I think you should all be familiar with these expressions. The material cause is called apara prakriti, is projected as though real. And when it is projected as though real, it causes real fear. It causes anxiety. It causes, my God, agitation. So, and this happens, it's very difficult to explain. It happens because of my Maya. But there is a clause there. Those Purush me mam prapadyante, who do, it's one of prapadyante is a very unique word. It will be simply translated as one who do bhajan. Bhajan doesn't mean Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. One who inquire into me. Bhajan doesn't mean doing nama bhajan. One who prapadyante, we have been given a buddhi, and using this buddhi, when you inquire into the reality, etam, okay, this mayam, this maya, taranti, you not only understand, you cross over. Yeah, you are seeing a mirage. This water, you must have all seen, you are driving in the afternoon, the road about 200 meters sees water level. Do you stop there to fill your water bottle? Because you know the reality, you just smile and walk past. You are going in a train. All the things in the opposite direction are going, all the things that you see are going in the opposite direction. And look at the expression you use. You are moving, let's say you're moving from Trichy and from Chennai, you're moving towards Tiruchirappalli. And you'll make a statement. Has Katpadi come? Is Katpadi on the route? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe you go to Bangalore. Why Tiruchi? Go to Bangalore. So has Katpadi come? Has Katpadi come, or have you gone to Katpadi? Think. But look at the expression. Maya is used expression. Maya, yeah, it is used. But what's your understanding? Your understanding is Katpadi can have come. It's a matter of expression. So you understand Maya. You see the sun rise. You see it set. You do Surya Namaskara. You do Surya Namaskara. You do Surya Narayana Puja. But what's your understanding? Sun doesn't rise, doesn't set. One day later, 2 days, July 15th, we will say, now we are going to Dakshinayana. Sun is moving southwards. Is the sun moving or the earth moving? All these are expressions. Your understanding is your knowledge of the truth. Careful. Knowledge of the truth does not negate what you see. What you see does not, and with understanding, you see the truth behind the seen phenomenon. This is Mama Maya Taranti. In the same way, the Srishti that you see here seems so real. It causes so much pressure on you. It makes you feel so small. He says this is not easy to understand for everybody. But those, there are some Purush who have learned to inquire properly. Not just inquire, ye sab kya hai? Not like that. One who have learned to inquire properly, they cross over. They get insights. Let's use this word very carefully. You get an insight into the whole thing. You understand Srishti. Next one. Okay. Now, there are people who are, see, there's something very important in Vedic heritage, all of us should understand, which is very unique to the Vedic heritage, which is very unique to the Indian part. That's the ethos in which all of us have grown up. That determines our behavior as well with a lot of people. That ethos, that heritage says, nobody is condemnable. So when the word used here is dushkrita, okay, nara adhama, these are strong words, but they are not condemning the person. They don't condemn the person. No person is condemned. What is highlighted is, in your lack of clarity, you are inclined. One is inclined to go towards adharma. The pull of artha kama is so strong. The pull of artha kama, the value given to artha kama is so strong. Against artha kama, please don't take the words, you have to take the words. Artha means material, kama means security, a feeling of security. So, the search for material and security in the Srishti, in all the products, the pressure is so strong, created by, we read in the earlier chapters, Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, come out of Rajoguna. And Rajoguna come from where? Ragadvesha. Ragadvesha is a strong like, Dvesha is strong dislike. Okay, so this pressure created by Ragadvesha helplessly moves me towards Artha Kama. And being an intelligent person, I'm an intelligent person. I'm not just some animal. I'm an intelligent person. Being an intelligent person, I also justify my actions. I say, if you had known my background, you will understand me better. Ishvara understands that. Ishvara understands that your pressure created by the prarabdha karma and the pressure created by raga dvesha is making you act like this. I am not condemning you. I am only feeling that you have not used your buddhi properly. You just can't say my prarabdha is pushing me. You just can't say I am inclined towards this. There is something called buddhi. Ishvara has given you a buddhi. If only you learn to step back and think. Just step back and think. Then you may be led to proper decisions. Clarity will come. People who are not able to do this are called Muda. Muda again is not a condemnation. Muda is people who perhaps are not, that sukshma buddhi, the think through. The pressure is so much that I just don't want to think through. This seems to be easy and I'm happy with it. I'm okay with a short-term solution. Nobody is condemned here. We have to appreciate this. The Vedic heritage never condemns everybody, anybody for that matter. There were people who looted, who destroyed our heritage. Okay? But we don't hate anyone. We don't hate anyone. There is no bitterness inside because that's a heritage. That's a heritage. That's why even today, if somebody talks about something bitter about the past, all of us come together and say, look, let's not be bitter. Something has happened, but that doesn't mean I should condemn the present generation. That bitterness, it's a unique to the Vedic heritage because the whole thing is cyclical. I sometimes it's also a problem. Suppose I am hurt and the perpetrator of the hurt is somewhere around. I'm told, don't curse the person for the simple reason, it is your prarabdha that you invited this trouble. It is your prarabdha. When Draupadi was disrobed, and she said, all these people, I'm going to curse them. Krishna gently counseled me. In a way, you also invited trouble. When Duryodhana fell down into the water tank in your, what do you call, in your palace, you laughed and said, Andhe ka putra andha. A blind man's son will be blind. What else? You laughed derisively at him. You expect somebody, and he is stung. He says, you laughed, I'll pay you back. He says, you invited trouble. He says, your husband invited trouble by gambling under these conditions. Don't curse. Don't curse mindlessly. That's why we are told not to curse. So this verse is to be taken in that sense. Okay? So though the words used are harsh, they don't condemn anyone. Even a Nastika is not condemned. Even Ishvara Dvesha is not condemned. A Kamsa is not condemned. Hiranyakashipu is not condemned. Hardly worse than that. Mahishasura is not condemned. No Asura is condemned. Rakshasa is condemned. Nobody is condemned. They only say people who have not been used their intellect properly. They say you have an intellect, you have a powerful Shakti, you have a powerful resource. And if you have not learned to use it properly, what will happen? You will lose the edge, that's all. It is like you buy a top-class car. You buy a top-class car, and because it cannot be driven in some of the roads, let's say in Bangalore, you keep it parked. Every morning you wipe the car and go. It's a car which costs you 1 crore or something plus. So after 1 year, you start the car, it won't even start. You have lost its roadworthiness. If you have not used your buddhi properly, it's sukshmatvam, the power to decipher and discern delicate matters. It just gets, it loses its edge, that's all. Buddha here means one who have lost his edge. You have been blessed with an intelligence, but you have not been able to work sense. That's all. That's all. So it's not condemned. That has to be very, very carefully understood. This was just a clarification because it's quite possible that people have, see, we all do small mistakes here. We should not end up self-loathing. We should not end up in self-criticism. Okay, if you end up in these two, nothing can be more tragic than this. Self-loathing, lack of self-esteem, self-critical, self-trashing. It is not expected of a human Purusha. So that is what it said. Naradhama. I mean, it's somebody who has not been able to use his buddhi. And it says that if you don't use your buddhi and function like a Pashu, who knows, you may end up like a Pashu. Pashu doesn't mean you want to be born as a one, but the behavior may be such. Okay, so let's not take it. It has to be understood carefully. Okay, now let's go to the next verse number 16. Very beautiful. All verses are beautiful. I won't say this is beautiful or less beautiful. The earlier ones. Okay. Chaturvida bhajante mam. Chaturvida bhajante mam. Jana sukritinorjuna. Jana sukritinorjuna. Sorry. Chaturvida bhajante mam. Jana sukritinorjuna. Chaturvida bhajante mam. Jana sukritinorjuna. Arto jigyasu artharthi. Arto jigyasu artharthi. Jnani cha bharatarshava. Jnani cha bharatarshava. Full line. Arto jigyasu artharthi. Jnani cha bharatarshava. Full verse. Chaturvida bhajante mam. Chaturvida bhajante mam. Jana sukritinorjuna. Arto jigyasu artharthi. Jnani cha bharatarshava. Once more. Chaturvida bhajante mam. Jana sukritinorjuna. Arto jigyasu artharthi. Jnani cha bharatarshava. Hey Bharatarshava, a bull among Bharatas. You know why people are compared to bull? A certain calm. So powerful, so strong. A certain calm. Not easily, I'm just swatting flies like that. They're calm, powerful, but very calm. Aware of its calm. Bharata Rishabha. Hey Arjun, Bharata Rishabha, you just have to pick up the Gandiba and do ta-tang. Kauravas will run. That's your power, man. It's a motivation. Bharata Rishabha, Arjuna, Sukritina. So the previous one was Dushkritina. Dushkritina confused people. People whose priorities are not right. Sukritina. Sukritina are people whose priorities are right. Okay? So Sukritinaha bhajante. They do prayers to me. They seek me. Bhajante. Okay? Mom, bhajante. Mom, bhajante. Okay? Now, of them, there are 4 types. So 4 types of people seek me out. Who are they? Chaturvida bhajante mam. You can understand this much. Okay. Sukritinaha Arjuna. Among the people who are bhaktas, among seekers, there are 4 types of people who seek me. What are the types? Arti, Artharthi, Jigyasu, Jnani. 4 types of people seek me out. Let me see what are they. Arti is the common person on the street who is constant, who is a samsari. Who is a samsari? Anxiety, driven by anxiety, driven by fear, driven by helplessness, driven by regrets and worries. Such a person. And doesn't mean he is all the time glum and crying about. The fellow looks also reason he goes about his work and things like that. But preoccupied totally. With what? Preoccupied not only totally, helpless. You have to do this. If I don't do this, will not happen. The fellow is called a Arti. So a small clue to people at home. If you are naming a girl child, please don't write the spelling A-R-T-H-I or A-R-T-I. Please write A-R-A-T-I. Arati. Arati is this. Arati is a suffering person. And if you have somebody at home called Arati, don't say Arti, please. Arati. Whereas here they are talking about Arti. Arti is one who is constantly in pain. And for him, Ishvara is a source of relief alone. How is his prayer? His prayer you once heard, no? Maili chadar od ke kaise dwar tumhare aun. Yeah, there's a song. Some Hari Om Sharam has sang this. Maili chadar od ke kaise dwar tumhare aun. Another fellow cries. What is his prayer? Hey Krishna, ya mujhe bula le ya tu aaja. I asked that person, was sachmuch aa gaya ya bula liya, to will you be able to go? Arti is one who seeks Ishvara's help all the time. Oh, Ishvara, help me, help. A crying fellow. Artha Bhakta. Artha Bhakta is a crying Bhakta who is constantly in pain, constantly suffering. Nothing makes him happy. Something happens, he will immediately think that something else will come now, some other disaster will. And he says, Ishvara, help me, Ishvara, help me. Ishvara. And he's not even serious about his prayers. Every morning he will say, every evening, Tan man dhan sab kuch hai tera, tera tujhko arp. Next day evening again he will sing this. So one day when Mahavishnu heard, he said, why is this fellow? Yesterday he gave it to me. Why is he giving me again? Where is it with him? So Lakshmi said, you don't understand these artis. Whatever he gave you yesterday, when you went to bed, he took it back. And he's giving you that. So, Artha Bhakta. One person is Artha Bhakta. The second person is called an Artharthi Bhakta. Artha means for him, he never wants Ishvara for himself. He wants Ishvara for what Ishvara? Ishvara is a better quality currency for him. Remember, in economics, we say nobody demands money for itself. We demand money for what it can buy. In the same way, for him, he doesn't want Ishvara. He says, Ishvara is my agency for seeking something else in the market. I want to buy a house. Ishvara, help me. So he'll say, okay, Guru Dasha has come. I have to go to this particular, there's a temple in Chennai. There's a temple. If you go there, there is a Muruga temple there. If you go and write your prayer, it will happen. So he says, where is this temple? I will go. I want to have a putra. So use Ishvara for getting a putra. I want Rajya. I want property. For all this, I want to win a war. For all this, I invoke Ishvara. So Artha Bhakta and Artharthi Bhakta are people who use Ishvara. So teacher says, these are two types. Okay, he is not saying you are that type or anything. And we are all like that in various concepts. For example, if you have a toothache, okay, I want to see that fellow become a Jnani Bhakta. So when you are in trouble, you are an Artha Bhakta. We'll see a little more on this. Then comes a third category, Jigyasu Bhakta. Okay, Ishvara, who are you? Where do you reside? You say you live in my heart, but why don't I find you here all the time? They say you are in heaven. That means, are you not here? You also say, for example, there is a nice song, very beautiful song on Shanmukam. Shanmukam, Bhaja Shanmukam, Sarvagam. So, hey, Muruga, Sarvagam, you are everywhere. Shiki Vahanam, you are also seated on a peacock. So, you say, ye kya baat hai? You are everywhere, but also sitting on a peacock. So, this Jigyasu Bhakta is inquiring. He says, you are doing puja, fine. I am not against puja, but what is it that you are asking in puja? You want artha, it will come. But are you satisfied with artha alone? Are you satisfied only with artha? Or do you want something else? So the Jigyasu Bhakta is a person who inquires. So the teacher says, imagine there's a fellow, teacher says, Ishvara is there. Let's say Ishvara is a person sitting somewhere, somebody is constantly in pain. Another fellow wants one more thing. He wants one more of every little. Whatever he has, he wants one more. Okay? Artha Bhakta. And then the third fellow, Jigyasu Bhakta, he is standing in the queue. What will Ishvara do? He says, come, sit down. I want to talk to you. Tell me, what do you want? What are you inquiring? So, whereas Artha Bhakta, Artharthi Bhakta is subject to conditions, give it to them. Your Artha desires will be fulfilled. Your Arthartha desires will be fulfilled. Subject to your Prarabdha Karma and law of demand and supply. Yeah, clear, it will be. All desires will be fulfilled. All desires will be. But subject to your Prarabdha Karma. Desire fulfilled. That they say, somebody wanted to win $100 million in a lottery. He won it. He woke up and found that he was still sleeping on the pavement. So your desire was fulfilled and also went away. So when you talk about Artharthi Bhakta, Artha Bhakta, they are also fulfilled subject to your Prarabdha Karma and subject to law of demand and supply and other orders of Ishvara. Jigyasu Bhakta, however, the teacher says, your prarabdha is there, but it stands a higher chance of being fulfilled because there are fewer people inquiring. Then comes the fourth category called the Jnani Bhakta. Who is the Jnani Bhakta? He knows. He knows, Ishvara, I know you. I know you well. You know what does the Jnani say? I don't want to ask anything from you. You have given me everything I need. I just want to revel in your glory. I just want to be in admiration of you. What a srishti you have made, man. You will see in the coming chapters, 10, 11 and all this. I become an open-eyed bhakta. I see a flower. I say, oh my God, what srishti. I am able to appreciate Ishvara's hand in every bit. So, Arti, Artharthi, Jigyasu, Jnani cha. Let's do a little more inquiry on this. But then we should not put ourselves into brackets. We have this habit. Am I an Artha Bhakta? Am I an Artha? All of us are a mixture of. I wish we were all Jnani Bhaktas. Okay, at least the objective of this satsang I learned from my guru and the morning satsang is to give a glimpse of your Jnani Bhakta status. In this Janma, if I am blessed, I'll give it. Ishvara will give it to you through this instrument. So, I can't give anything at all. This body will perish sometime, but Ishvara will give it to you. Now, Artha Bhakta. Is Artha Bhakta wrong? Perfect. In fact, rather than cry elsewhere, cry with Ishvara. Rather than fall at human feet, fall at Ishvara. Human feet is subject to limitation. Because the human feet himself is also under his own kind of insecurity. This fellow will save me. And that fellow is himself looking to some other source for being saved. That's a big problem. He himself is in trouble, holding on to something. You say, this person is my ultimate. This is ultimate. Ultimate. So Arti has to be, so Arti is a better fellow because though he still wants his ultimate, what he thinks is ultimate, he says, Ishvara, help me keep these up. Help me see that this asset doesn't go away. Help me see that nothing happens to this. It's okay, valid. Because Ishvara Bhakti is a very, very good balm. It's a medicine without side effects. Cry before Ishvara. You will come out feeling better. You can't cry before in front of another human being because you feel, what will he think of me? What if he goes out and says, this man has started crying? Cry in front of Ishvara. He's not going to tell anybody. Come out a lot relieved. I once saw a spectacle. I was amazed. I had gone to a temple in Vadapaini, Chennai. And in Chennai, just the appurtenance, there is a small room where you can sit and meditate. So I went there and sat on. I was sitting there meditating for a while. And I heard a voice. I looked around. I was fascinated by a fellow. From his bag, he took out a Muruga picture. He put it on the wall in front. He said, Muruga, I've come to fight with you. What? Because of what you said, I've started this business. That business is also not working. I am giving you 20 days time. You have to make it right for me. Otherwise, aapki aisi ki taisi. He is arguing with Muruga. I was fascinated. After some years, he said, Muruga, kaha suna maaf. If I had something harsh, forgive me. He put it back into the bag and walked out. I was fascinated. Artha Bhakta is talking to Ishvara. So Artha Bhakta is valid, perfectly valid. But he says, are you going to be in class 1 all the time? Are you not going to graduate? So Artha, Artharthi are same class, different sections, that's all. They are not in, don't say I'm an Artharthi, I'm asking for another house, I'm a Betnan. Artha, Arthartha are both nursery class students in different sections who have not understood the value of Ishvara, who have not understood the Sarvashaktikvam of Ishvara, the power of Ishvara. The power of Ishvara to fulfill your sankalpa. They have not understood that. So they are Artha Bhakta, Artharthi Bhakta. He says, elevate yourself to Jigyasu Bhakta. If you elevate yourself to Jigyasu Bhakta, you are progressing, you are growing in maturity. You are a grown-up person. That's the road to spirituality. The road to spirituality is not being, that is religion, Arthaka, Artharthi, but that everybody does. But Jigyasu Bhakta is growing in the road of spirituality. He is now from religion, he's gone to spiritual. He is a spiritual being, person. Jigyasu. And when you become a Jigyasu Bhakta, certain things will happen. You will go searching for someone who can answer your questions. And for the Jigyasu Bhakta, there are two powerful sources. External sources, Ishvara given, Arti Bhakta, Artharthi Bhakta, they know it is there or they may not even know it is there, but even if it is there, they'll say, no, I won't understand all this. But a Jigyasu Bhakta will go inquire and ask, how do I know Ishvara? He approaches a source called Shastra and operated by the person who knows the Shastra, who is called the Guru. The Shastra is a Pramana. Pramana means only source of knowledge. For seeing forms, eyes are the Pramana. For hearing sound, ears are the Pramana. No other source will help you. For knowing Ishvara, there is only one source, and that source is called Shastra Pramanam, Veda Pramanam, operated by a person who knows how to operate, who has gone through the Parampara. Remember the opening? Sada Shiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. We have come in that lineage. My teacher has come in that lineage. I am blessed to have this Guru. And he unfolds the whole thing to me. So, Jigyasu Bhakta. And Jigyasu Bhakta does Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana for a length of time, consistently, regularly, under that competent Acharya. And he grows into a Jnani Bhakta. This process has to be understood. So if you are Arti, Artharthi, let's move to Jigyasu. How do you move to Jigyasu? Friday Satsang, don't miss. Or if you have other Satsang going on in different, please go, attend that. Make Satsanga your priority. Somebody says, it's not a, somebody says, 5:30, I can't come. Why? I am attending some meeting. And what do you do in the meeting? Nothing worthwhile. They have fun. So, Artharthi. So, Artharthi has become, the priority has gone down. Satsang is not your priority. So, make Satsanga your priority. Satpurushanam Sangha, it is Satsanga. Make association with Satpurusha your priority. And see yourself evolve as a human being. Okay? Verse number 16. Let's see 17. Tesham jnani nitya yukta. Tesham jnani nitya yukta. Eka bhaktir vishishyate. Eka bhaktir vishishyate. Tesham jnani nitya yuktaha eka bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnanino tyartham priyo hi jnanino tyartham aham sacha mama priyaha aham sacha mama priyaha. Okay, whole verse. Tesham jnani nitya yukta eka bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnanino tyartham aham sacha mama priya. Tesham jnani nitya yukta eka bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnanino tyartham aham sacha mama priyaha. If people who attend this session can get hold of a copy of the Bhagavad Gita, then when I read, you can also mentally read along. And how do you become a Jnani Bhakta? This will start flashing in your mind. When you go to a temple and put your hands together, you will immediately chant this. Chaturvida bhajante maam. Jana maam. Jana sukritino arjuna. Arti artharti jigyare. Am I come here to play for some small things? Have I come to pray for one more house, one more thing? Or I have come to inquire about the Lord? Hey Lord, you have given me everything. Just give me the strength of will to go implement what I have to do. Your quality of prayers will change. That's one reading. Okay, if you read aloud, it will start flashing. Okay, let's look at this. Tesham. Who among the four? Tesham. Jnani. Nitya Yukta. A powerful word. Nitya Yukta. Who's a Nitya Yukta? One who knows his long-term goal. And one who also knows the short-term goals. One whose long-term goals and short-term goals are aligned. One who has clarity about his long-term goals, one who has aligned his short-term goals with long-term goals. One who does Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana and makes changes in his lifestyle to be that enlightened person. I can't say, otherwise it will remain here. You will be a scholar. The lifestyle has to undergo change. A lot of people don't like me because I say all these things. But I wanted to make it clear, your lifestyle must undergo change. It should bring more discipline. I remember there was a footballer once who played in Brazil. He used to say, for you to become a footballer, you have to become an athlete. And for you to become an athlete, you have to be a disciplined human being. And if after all that you don't become a footballer, doesn't mind. You will at least, your country will gain a disciplined person. For you to become even somewhere close to a jnani, you have to be a Nitya Yukta. And for a Nitya Yukta, you have to be disciplined. Discipline has to come into your life. You just can't be somebody here, there, and there. We're not allowed at all. You can't come and say, this is my background, aisa hua. No, nothing at all. That is Nitya Yukta. That kind of discipline you should have. Teacher recommends that. And he says such a person is called a Eka Bhakta. Okay, Eka Bhakta. And Vishishyate. In Hindi, it's beautifully said. Ati Uttama. One who is so committed toward the long-term goal. And what's your long-term goal? Write it down if you have not written it so far. Write it down. My long-term goal is absolute peace, happiness, and security. Absolute peace, absolute happiness, absolute security. No room for anxiety and fear. I don't want that at all. That's my long-term. I have to align my short-term goals. I must work for relative peace, relative security, relative happiness. Be relatively free from anxiety, relatively lifestyle change. Our Swamiji used to say port reduction. What is port? Possessions. So if you have too many possessions, you will have obligations which come with that. So possessions, obligations. R stands for relationships. T for transactions. So P-O-R-T, port reduction has to be done. We'll talk about it in some other section. Okay. Eka bhaktir vishishyate. And this person is such a jnani. Me priya. I love this person. And Mama Priya, he is Mama Priya, and Me Priya, he loves me alone. It is me and me, Mama has to be taken a little careful. Then you say, Lord loves you. If you want to look at an Ishvara single, then you say, I don't like the others. It's not a lesser being. Not others are any lesser being. Even at home, if one child's priority are clear, as a parent, you look at the person and say, good, I brought him up well. But the person, other person's priority, you don't curse the person. You say, it is my prarabdha, he's like that. But when it comes, he says, look, my pride. So when you are like that, if it is a deed, if it is Ishvara as a person, Ishvara admires you, he loves you. Right? It is only from here some people say that so and so loves you and all this. Yeah. So that is, but here the understanding is, if you have insightful understanding, is such a committed person, Nitya Yukta. Okay. Eka Bhakti Vishishyate. What are his chances of achieving the goals? High. High chances. There are no distraction whatsoever. So that is how we should read this. Okay. Verse number 17. We will read verse number 18 and then we will see the meaning in the coming sessions. Udara sarva eve vaite. Udara sarva e vaite. Jnani tvatmaiva me matam. Jnani tvatvaiva me matam. Hold. Udara sarva e vaite. Jnani tvatmaiva me matam. Astita sahi yuktatma. Astita sahi yuktatma. Mameva anu. Mameva nattamam gatim. Mameva nuttamam gatim. Whole verse. Udara sarva evaite. Jnani tvatmaiva me matam. Astita sahi yuktatma. Mamevanu Mamevanu gatim. Okay, right. Ete. This survey, all these people. Okay, eva. Udara. Who are Udara? Shraddha. Total commitment with Shraddha. Ishvara, give me permanent peace, security, happiness. Give me permanent peace, security, happiness. Who is Udara? I know Ishvara will reward me with security, peace, and happiness. I know it. Such a person is Udara. That should be the commitment. Udara. Ishvara, give me sadbuddhi, I will have it. Ishvara, give me vak tapas, I will have it. Ishvara, give me viveka vairagya, I will have it. Ishvara, give me samadhi satka sampatti. Ishvara, I don't need anything. When I say I don't need anything, I am saying, Ishvara, whatever I need, you have given me in abundance. What else do I ask you? Kya mangu? So, Udara, Sarva, Eva, okay, Sarva, Eva, Etai, okay, all this, okay, Sarva, Eva, Ete, all this. Jnani, Jnani Atma, this Jnani knows my Swarupa. Okay. This is what it is my matha, my view, my committed view that one who is like this Udara, knows me well. Okay? Because this person is a Yuktatma. Yukta, Nitya Yukta is a Yuktatma. And Anuttamam, he is not just an ordinary Uttama, he is a highly evolved person, highly disciplined person. Okay? And he will definitely reach me, in the sense he is properly established in me. He will reach me for sure. Okay? How does this verse help us? Because we have some problem. Immediately we will come to a conclusion. I am not like this. I do this, I do this. When I am tension, I release this, how I release my tension. I am not as disciplined as this Yuktatma. Okay? Look at it this way. This is the goal you want to reach. See, there is something called pole star. Huh? But nobody ever has touched the pole star. But it always shows you the way. See, in South Indian marriages, there is something called Arundhati, seeing the Arundhati star. You know, there's a unique story behind the Arundhati star. One is, of course, a Rishi and his wife, that's one. There is another beautiful story which comes from Bengal. There was a warrior who went, on the day of his wedding, he went away. The wife said, how do I know you're going for war? How will I know? He says, every day you look at the Arundhati star at around this time, evening. I will also look. As long as you're able to see Arundhati star, understand I am there. This lady, at 14, she was married. Till 85, she kept seeing the Arundhati star. The day she couldn't see the star, she felt it. That's why they say, you will never reach the Arundhati star. But it gives you a certain, what do you call, hope to live. You can put this Uttama Purusha. Why can't I be like him? Many of us write down. It is very difficult to be like Swami Dayananda Saraswati, but it is possible. Fine. After wait. I'm coming. Please bet him. So I say it is difficult to be like Swami Dayananda Saraswati, but it is possible. Can I at least try? So this is the verse which says, lay your goals high and you will reach your goal. So with this verse, we go to 18, then we move to 19 onwards from the next section. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisha go brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam loka samastha sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasya shalinim desho yam shobharahitah brahmana santu nirbhaya sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya om purnamada purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vasishyate om shanti 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai ho, Swami Dayananda Maharaj ki jai ho, सब संतों की जय हो, बजरंग बली की जय हो, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय हो. We meet next Friday further reading of chapter 7. Monday to Friday mornings we have morning satsang, small prayer meditation meet. People are welcome to join. Om. May Ishvara be with you all. Om.
Nandri, sir, Nandri.